Howdy folks, how you doing? I want to show you something of how to use your eyeballs. And you're thinking, I use my eyeballs all the time. Well, some of you might not be using them to the fullest potential. And sometimes I can survive some amazing crashes. And I don't know how I do it half the time. So all I'm trying to do now is explain what my thought process is and what I'm looking for before the crash happens, let's say. And sometimes I can avoid it. Granted, I can't miss all of them. And sometimes I do cause them. I'm only human. But sometimes if you look for the right things, you can spot them early enough to have an educated decision of what's going to happen. So we are Super Formula Lights at the Red Bull Ring. And surprisingly, this is a bandit place and a bandit car. And we've survived and we're on lap 10 and we're in P10. So lots of 10s in there. Pierre Gasly, obviously my favourite car number. It isn't. It's 44, but not because of Lewis. So don't start on that conversation. So we're coming up here to turn 3, which is turn 2 in my head because it's a full proper turn. This kink is not a turn, iRacing or Red Bull Ring or whoever decide the corner numbers. But don't get me started on that argument. Now, I've got my magic pen here. And in a nutshell, we can see that there was 2 cars there. If you didn't know there were 2 cars, rewind the video and rewatch it back. Because that is entirely what I want you to start looking for when you're racing. This point, you're looking for your braking point, okay? We'll change the beautiful color to red, wherever red is. There we are. And you're looking for your braking point here. But you need to be watching out for cars as well, okay? Because cars make mistakes. And you need to be looking out for them so you don't become one of those mistakes. And while we're searching for our braking point here, we need to keep an eye on the cars going around here. Those are too wide. We need to be cautious about that because cars going too wide around there, someone may run out of talent.
Can you stay out on this condition? Can you stay out? Yes!
So be cautious. We're going to play it forward a little bit now. And we see those 2 cars fly by absolutely fine. That car there goes next. And as we're applying brakes about now, our car ahead is also turning in. So he is fine. He should be on his way as best we can. Absolutely fine. And this guy is going to be our prime example of what to do. Also, if we watch him, it kind of gives an indication of what happens to him. Because if he goes off track and we notice it, it's probably because something's happened to him. So this is where watching the car ahead can help you watch the car ahead of him. But obviously, you need to watch the car ahead of him as well. Anyway, I divulge. I am waffling. Let's crack on with this. So I'm going to tell you, the first thing that I saw coming into this corner was that. Do you see it? Have a think of what I've spotted at this point. It's kind of obvious if you know how. And don't worry if you don't know. That's what I want to show you in this video. It doesn't matter, but he's missed his apex. He's missed his apex by quite a lot. Now, turn 3 here at Red Bull Ring. Again, track knowledge. You need to know your track knowledge, okay? It has a weird bump on it, and spins are very, very easy. It's a slow corner where you want to get on power really quickly, and some people get some lead foot. It is an undulating corner a little bit, as you do a little bit of a dad dance, but you need to be cautious. It's a corner that can spin people out, and he's missed his apex. Granted, this is milliseconds of thinking, but these are the kind of things you need to spot, right? Of thinking, he's missed his apex, I better be cautious around here. And I know I'm using, a 1K scenario, but I think it's a very, very good example to learn from and move forward from. So, he's missed his apex. First red flag. As we go round, you can just see the bum of his car start sliding. Now, this is where I am at a slight advantage because I have triple screen. So I can actually see that. Okay, but obviously I don't see that like that. I see it like that because I've got these lovely bezel things here. I probably should turn it on and show you actually. There we go. So I've got you on the top cam now. So if we put this back there and you can see Matey Boy over here. It's not great quality and I do apologize because normally it's quite small, but you can see him in that little thing. Yes, he's a little bit distorted, but I can actually see that tire. Okay. And the reason that tire is important is, again, I don't know if you can spot it, but can we zoom in? Oh, yes, we can. Let's ruin the field of view. Oh, beautiful. That doesn't look like he's turning in a straight line. He's actually turning to the left. And this is a really, really good thing that I advise is if you can, watch their front tyres because it will give you a key to how their car is being controlled. He's turning left. Why do we think he's turning left? Because he's oversteering. He's gone too deep into that corner, probably carrying too much speed. And unfortunately, the rear end has gone, nope, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to oversteer. And that's why he's turning left to try and catch it. An easy thing to do. We've all done it. Where was my depth of field? Uh-oh, I've broken it. Right, okay, I fixed it because I pressed everything, okay? So, yeah, watch the tyres. Gives you a great indication of what happens. And the other thing I'm going to point you out is track knowledge. I've mentioned it twice already, and I apologise. But track knowledge is king. Not only to understand where the pace is and what bits of the track you can and can't use regarding to off-tracks, but to know where your escape routes are. Now, we're going to have a lovely green line, and I'm going to try and draw the racing line, okay? This is going to be great, honest. We're going to turn in, we're going to get that rotated, and we're going to exit. Okay, that's not strictly quite right there. Let's do that one, okay? And a little wiggle at the end of there, of course. Right, that's good enough, okay? You get the gist. Where's your escape route? Well, you have a little diddy one here, okay? And it's tiny. So, we don't like tiny escape routes. Insert joke. We like nice, great big girthy ones, okay? So right down here, I know it's an off-track in iRacing, but that is a fantastically big, girthy escape route, okay? Let's mark that over there like that. Knowing that's there is the first option to get out, because two things, okay? Let's change it to a beautiful blue. It is very awkward for a car to come here in at racing speed and turn tighter than it wants to. It is much easier for a car to turn out the corner, assess the situation. It gives you more thinking time, more slowing down time, better slowing down time because the car's in a straighter line. Braking is way more efficient in a straight line than it is trying to rotate the car at the same time. It gives us more thinking time to dodge out the way and rejoin the track safely. That escape route out there is wonderful. We should know about it. We should know all escape routes where they are on every single circuit we ever race on, because it can be handy. Doesn't matter if you get a 1x, doesn't matter if you get a slowdown. Kind of iRacing etiquette, make sure you survive the race and don't cause any more crashes. The reason more crashes happen is because people don't assess the information quick enough. Sometimes they can't. Don't assess the information quick enough and don't make smart decisions. If we spot it quick enough and we already know where the off tracks are that we can use quite happily to survive, makes everything a lot easier. This is pre-race basically to understand where everything is. Anyway, let's go back on cockpit and see actually what happens. I'm guessing you can imagine what happens. So yeah, back in the cockpit and we'll play it forward and we can see him rotating around like that. And at this point, I see him fully in my view. He's facing the wrong way. We're now waving at him. And we're doing the old Jedi, why hello there.
Hello there.
And look at our steering wheel. We're already straightening up the steering wheel because we know we have a safe route to go to. Yes, we'll get a 1x. I don't care. I want to finish the race. And that's exactly what we do. Over there, over the bumps in a straight line, and bang, we're straight out and we are survived. Because we spotted it early enough, we know about the off track. And I know it's silly knowing these runoff areas, but knowing them truly deep in your head really does help to assess the situation and get out of it as quickly as possible. We want reflex actions, right? And we need to know that reflex action off the top of our head to make an informed decision and hopefully the right one. Obviously, this is one scenario here, and I get that it's a very isolated case. There's no other cars around us. I was quite fortunate that no one else collected and made the situation worse, but it's a great example nonetheless of using the off track to my advantage to basically save my race and carry on going. And also, it technically saves this guy's race, which obviously I'm going to blur out his name because he goes to the inside and he survives another day, even though he is reversing onto the racing line. But he survives another day because I didn't hit him. If I'd hit him, both our races are over. So he's probably secretly thankful of it, and I'm definitely thankful for it because I got a freebie and I get to run away with it. So yeah, I thought I'd put it out. If you want to see more of these, of what my thinking is, I'll leave the clip on stream of the actual real time and my facial reactions and where my eyeballs are going and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll leave that on screen now so you can see it. But yeah, if you want more of these, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much. Catch you on the next one.